We go to Wennington now, which was the big headline grabber of all of this yesterday. Alice Porter. Alice, what can you tell us this morning?
Hi there, good morning. Well, a number of fire engines have come past me here. There's a road blockade in place to allow the fire engines to go into the village because this was a fire that took absolutely hours and hours to get under control. There were calls made to the London Fire Brigade at about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. It wasn't until just before 10 that the fire was eventually brought under control because, as you can see from the pictures there, the absolute scale of this devastation. I mean, 40 hectares of grassland area which has been completely incinerated, rows and rows of terrace houses there. I think what's quite eerie, as you can see with some of the pictures there, there's sort of paddling pools out. Many people were just wanting to enjoy the lovely hot weather, enjoy the sunshine, and then this inferno just ripped through this little village in East London with absolute devastation. And I think it's important to stress, I mean, for the people involved who were there at the scene trying to make sure that family members were safe, children, animals, while watching houses and set on fire, including cars, farmland. I mean, really, really difficult for farmers to see their whole area, the fields that they're working in, that have been turned to absolute dust. So really, really shocking for the people involved there, and very, very difficult for the fire service as well. I mean, one firefighter who was there said this was an absolute hell. And as we were hearing there from the Assistant Commissioner, I mean, can you imagine the task of working in that heat with temperatures of 40 degrees Celsius, with all the kit on, trying to make sure everyone is safe. And I suppose that is the only good news I think we can take from these fires, that it's absolutely remarkable that there have been no fatalities recorded yet. The good news also is that it is a little cooler today. We are expecting some rain, but the concern is that there could also be flooding in a situation where we've had across the capital, not just here in the east of London, but across the capital, we've seen devastating fires in Dagenham, in Uxbridge and Upminster. What I think was so extraordinary, this went on to very late last night in Twickenham at the golf course there was a fire there. So I think it's important to, whilst we're here in Wellington today, I think it's important to stress the scale of this across the capital and the difficulty that was for the London Fire Brigade to deal with. But as so far, we've had no fatalities recorded, which is a huge testament to the men and women involved in making everybody as safe as possible.
Yes, and you make a good point. You know, the weather might be cooling a little bit since yesterday, but those tinderbox conditions very much remain, and really everybody's sort of trying to count the cost of the damage from yesterday. Thank you very much for that, Alice.